Every day, your e-commerce margins get smaller and smaller. Facebook ad prices are higher than ever, and they're not going down. What this means is that it's more important than ever to maintain your margins by not offering coupons constantly. In this video, I'm gonna go over 9 email campaign ideas that don't use coupons and generate just as many sales. I bet if you looked in your email inbox right now, you'd see 20 plus brands reaching out saying 20% off, 20% off, 30% off. These brands are just bound to fail. The brands that are gonna succeed and survive in 5 years are the ones who are able to make consistent sales without throwing away their margins and throwing away 30% like it's nothing. So follow along, and I'm gonna share with you my 9 favorite non-sale email ideas that have helped me generate over $12 million for my clients. Coming up first, we have holiday emails. Now, holidays do not need sales. For example, 4th of July. You don't need a sale for that. You can really find any holiday and make a campaign out of it. Or you can make it serious. So this brand has a huge demographic of women on their list. So sending something like an International Women's Day email can perform very well for your brand loyalty, and also it's just doing good for the planet. One thing I really like to do, though, to actually have some fun with your email list is that you can find crazy holidays such as National Pancake Day, Siblings Day, that's a more serious one, but something like National Ride a Camel Day, and you can make some funny campaigns out of it, especially if you can connect it to your niche somehow in some way. I'm sure this email did really good for this brand, and I'm sure they're going to keep on doing things like this. So coming up next, we have how it's made, or a what's inside email. So your customers are curious. Your ingredients and like how you make your product, that's your unique selling proposition. Every brand makes products differently. So why not share it? That's what makes your brand different. And this is going to build trust, and it's going to get your subscribers even closer to your brand. And that's kind of really what you want to be doing with all of your marketing. This works especially well when you have some sort of beauty product and you really want to focus on having natural products. So this brand right here, Boldify, this is a really good email where they go over some of the ingredients that's in their product and specifically talk about why each ingredient is important for achieving the end goal that this customer wants to have. So in this, they're talking about having healthy hair and having strong hair. So you talk about biotin, which is the hair food vitamin, and sage, which gets to the root of the problem, gets to the root of your hair. Even if you're a clothing brand or something like food, go behind the scenes, take some pictures of how you guys make the product and put it in an email. And this is an email that you can send, say, once per quarter, or you can put it in one of your flows. This is going to consistently be one of the main drivers of revenue when you're talking about emails that don't have coupons in them. Next is a growth update email. People love to be part of a community that is growing. And the ability to say that you were to something early, be able to be like, I was with this brand since they were at XYZ point, since they were at 5,000 followers, and now they're at 500,000. That's a flex. People want to do that, and people like supporting brands that are small. It's kind of like when you support a sports team and you were a fan when they were really bad, and then now they're winning championships and you've always been a fan. Same sort of thing. So let your subscribers know of your growth as you go. So this brand right here to the right, they did 2022 year in review. Every brand needs to be doing a year in review like this. You educate your customers, and it's actually going to do pretty well with sales. But really what it's doing is it's building longevity for your brand, and it's getting people to stay connected to your brand. And that's honestly, it's invaluable. At least do this once a quarter. I like to do this, like kind of update the brand, where it's headed, new styles that are coming out, what are the plans for the future, especially at least send this to your VIP segment. People really appreciate this, and the positive replies are actually kind of crazy that you get on these. Now, the next email type is we're going to talk about a single benefit. You want to talk about one unique selling proposition. If you're selling something like nutrition, you don't want to talk about how it's good for your muscles, it's good for your blood, it's good for your brain, it's good for your hair. You want to focus on one thing, because people have this thing where when there's so much going on, they lose focus of it all. Whereas if you focus on one thing, they focus and they'll buy. It's by highlighting one product feature or benefit in one email. And do not overwhelm your subscribers. Don't give a bunch of information. Just give simple, quick to follow facts that somebody can understand, look at, and be like, okay, this product does this one thing, I want to buy it. If you want to do this for multiple products or for multiple features, make a series out of it. Always remind your subscribers of what your brand stands for, because you can never talk about your benefits too much. And really, a big problem I see with brands is they try to portray too much value. It's kind of funny how that works, but everybody knows that you're not the end-all be-all solution for everything. Nobody's going to shop at one clothing store. Nobody's going to shop for one supplement brand. No one's going to shop for one health brand. See, you're just trying to focus on one single benefit and constantly remind your subscribers that that is what you excel at. This type of email absolutely drives that point home, and I can't recommend it enough. Do at least one of these per week. Next, we have a back in stock email. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. Essentially, something like this is an excuse to show off a product in a non-pushy way. It's essentially a product highlight, but without being like, hey, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff. Having something be back in stock is really good at implying that it's a popular product. See, if something goes out of stock, that means there was a lot of demand for it all at once. So that tells people intrinsically that this is an awesome product that I might want. I usually like to do one of these each month. You can switch out different products. You could do a full bestseller restock, things like that. It's going to do really well. And it also is going to get a lot of urgency because people are like, okay, I want this now before it sells out. Really good way to make sales without a discount. Next, we have a product guide. Now, these are going to look really different depending on your brand and what you offer. But for like a clothing brand, you can do something like how to style your product. If you look at this example, I Love Ugly, really cool brand. They show different ways to style these denims. And so you can see these people wearing all these different outfits, and of course they have killer outfits, and so that makes you as the viewer be like, okay, I feel like I can style my jeans like this. So you can do this for any brand, not just clothing. You just want to show people how your products are able to achieve a desired outcome, such as in this case, be a fashion star. So example for skincare, you can do something like this where you go over the routine, how to best utilize the products to get the best result. This is something that should definitely at least be in your welcome flow and definitely want to send one of these at least once a quarter. Next up, pretty much every brand does this, but you can't touch on it enough, is a trending products email. It's easiest because it's going to consistently drive sales. If you have such a good product that everybody loves, get that point across because if one person likes it, other people will like it. One thing you really need to touch on when you're doing these types of emails and give them a little bit of life is focus on seasonal selling. So you can say bestsellers email and have it be a best-selling campaign, but have it be bestsellers for summer, bestsellers for fall, and then you can slightly change it to where it's customized to the time of the year. People love buying in seasons. It's just human nature. You want to buy when the seasons change. So you need to tap into that. Do that more. Show fall favorites, fall essentials, fall bestsellers. That was just 3 different campaign ideas for the same exact thing. I do pretty much multiple of these a month, and they work the best when you can link to exact products in the product pages so that there's no friction. Somebody can just click the product they like in the email and they can buy right there. Next, we have a new product drop. Your brand needs to be coming out with new products at least once a month. You need a new drop. This is going to keep your brand followers engaged. It's going to keep people on your email list and give somebody always something to look forward to. This will also build loyalty as people are like, okay, this brand is actually building. I want to be with them in the long run. Plus, of course, it builds out your collection so that over time you're always adding to your store. You can turn a singular drop, like maybe you just have a hat that you're dropping, you can turn that into 3 to 4 different emails. You can come out with a teaser, a drop email, and then like 2 reminders. Maybe one being selling out, maybe one saying like, hey, this item ran out of stock. You guys loved it so much. We'll restock in 2 weeks. And then you build up hype for that next drop. And then what that does is for the next limited edition item you drop, maybe it's a t-shirt next time, people are going to be like, oh my goodness, their last drop sold out. I want to get this one now. And then over time, your drops do even better and better and better. And lastly, we have a review email. Now you can really mess up this email by giving the most boring reviews. Reviews are mostly boring, so pick out some fun ones. Add a little twist to it in your copy. This is an awesome review email by One Trick Pony. They say the peanut butter lovers have spoken, and they have some super funny reviews. Hiding this from my kids, that's awesome. People love that sort of stuff. One of my favorites to do is a wildest customer reviews and pull out some genuinely hilarious reviews. It's really engaging, it's funny. You might not necessarily get so many sales in the moment, but in the long run, it's going to generate a lot of sales as it builds out some brand loyalty. You have to do some digging to do something like this, but it's definitely worth it if you can set aside 15, 20 minutes to go through your reviews and find some that are actually funny. But we've done these types of campaigns for our clients, and we've generated over $12 million in the past 12 months. If you're an e-com brand and you're interested on getting your overall strategy audited, we do that for free. It'll be me on the call, 15 minutes, and we guarantee if you do end up working with us to generate an extra $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 60 days. If any of that interests you, if you think there's any sort of potential fit, you can book with the link in my bio. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with more videos. Cheers and thank you.